out of Zimbabwe.
About trash operation and are now living in camps in the African bush. The UN believes more than 700,000 people have been left homeless.
Queuing for water at a makeshift camp on the outskirts of Harare. Charity workers say conditions here are less than basic. Under the scorching sun, shelter is minimal. There's no sanitation and families are left to fend for themselves. Washing is done in a polluted lake. This secret footage was filmed earlier this month and then smuggled out of Zimbabwe by Amnesty International. The aid agency says it illustrates the suffering caused by President Robert Mugabe's slum clearance policy. Her face obscured to protect her identity, this woman says food was brought, but the police stopped it being distributed. And this camp resident says, "We're going to perish here. There's nowhere to go." Launched in May, this was the controversial urban slum demolition scheme, which left more than 700,000 people homeless or without jobs. These before and after pictures show its effectiveness. The Zimbabwe government says the aim was to clear slums and flush out criminals, but the opposition movement for democratic change claims it was designed as a punishment for its supporters in poor urban districts. Amnesty says government transit camps were closed down after a damning UN report. Displaced people now ending up in these horrific conditions.
This demolition programme has to stop. Humanitarian agencies need to be allowed in immediately, because otherwise, as you can see from these pictures, we might be talking about deaths in the next weeks and months.
And until that aid is allowed in, the future looks very bleak for those left to fend for themselves. Jonathan Samuels, Sky News.